Okay, well, I hope everybody is keeping warm on this very, very chilly day, and that you're able to at least enjoy the change in the weather, even though it is dramatic. We're carrying forward on the media literacy, and as I said in our class on Thursday, I wanted you to finish your assignment before our Google Hangouts because it would directly relate to this particular lecture. So we're going to be talking about, again, the impact of media. So we should be questioning the media, but we want to talk about why. Why should we question it? There's a quote that says, at the heart of media literacy is the principle of inquiry. So we can attach the value of inquiry to media literacy, but where do we go with that? How does that factor in, or how do you build that in to your lesson plan when you're doing a standards-based lesson that incorporates media literacy? These are the essential questions that you as a teacher should be asking when you design a lesson plan that integrates the media literacy. First one being, am I trying to tell the students what the message is, or am I giving students the skills to determine what they think the message or messages might be? Have I let students know that I'm open to accepting their interpretation as long as it is well substantiated, or have I conveyed the message? Sorry guys, I was doing my Windows updates. I'm multitasking at this time. So back to the second question, have I let students know that I'm open to accepting their interpretation as long as it is well substantiated, or have I conveyed the message that my interpretation is the only correct view? And we've had some discussion about this. In fact, Joe, you have spearheaded much of that about the students not questioning the teacher, because we make the assumption that the teacher is always right. So I think this second question really aligns well with our previous discussions. And the third question, at the end of the lesson, are students likely to be more analytical or more cynical? And that's another question that I think it depends on what the media is that you are discussing and how it is presented. So those are three essential questions that you should ask yourself when you're designing a media lesson plan. Then there's the idea of the theory to practice implementation. What does it mean, and how does it look like when we implement that? We're going to evaluate some of these basic components when we meet on Thursday, and that's why I wanted the lesson plan to be done, so that way you could kind of evaluate what you did and be able to talk about that in our Google Hangout. When you designed your lesson plan, did you remember the 5 core questions and key concepts? Remember, we talked about that on Thursday. We kind of went through each one of those 5 areas and got examples. So as you designed your lesson plan, did you incorporate that, and what does those 5 core questions and key concepts mean to the idea of theory to practice? And then empowerment. One of the key things about media literacy is the empowerment piece that it gives students. So when you designed your lessons, did you apply the 5 core concepts and 5 key questions? And if you actually taught this lesson, could you see that it could empower your students? Or if you didn't teach it and you're looking at a future lesson, can you identify how empowerment could be a factor or a variable that is the outcome of your specific lesson plan? So be prepared to talk about that. And then thoughts that will drive our conversation on Thursday. We're going to discuss questions to guide children, message and values, expanded questions that can be the result of the original questions that you have for guiding the children, and then the inherent message and values that are embedded in the media. Codes and conventions, and producers and consumers. So those are going to be the areas we're going to be talking about on Thursday, and a lot of this is all driven by your standards-based lesson that incorporated media literacy. So again, that's why I wanted it done by 5 o'clock by our meeting on Thursday, because I wanted it to be able to be a part of our talking point and something that you could tie back to these specific areas that that are on this PowerPoint. So I hope that everybody is staying warm again and having a great Wednesday, and I will see everyone about 4:15 on Thursday, 4:15, 4:20 in our Google Hangout. So if you have any questions, as always, text me, call me, email me, and I will see you Thursday. Have a great one.